This one's going to be a slight upshot. So the trick to upshots is that everything has a curvature to it, so that the bottom of the ear basically goes around. All right. Everything kind of will follow this curvature of the earth, kind of. Excuse me. So even the eye has kind of an appearance like that. The nose has a curvature like that. And then where the lips are, the two corners of the mouth here, basically, they will follow that curvature. Okay. And she has armor of some sort. Things are just at a slightly different place. Okay. The ongoing saga. For those that you, oh my gosh, I cannot talk this morning. For those of you who missed it, yesterday I just started streaming, kind of impromptu, unannounced, because I finally unboxed this green screen that's behind me and set it up, and gave it a whirl in front of my gaming PC. Not to be mistaken with this iMac that I use here in the office. And so I just streamed a little of PUBG. It's a game, Players Unknown Grounds. And then I was in Discord with Crispy. I don't know how we accidentally fell into the same channel. Anyway, and he's talking about this new character he rolled up. And if you know anything about World of Warcraft, yeah, if you're a panda character, there's a story. There's a pretty involved storyline where you create the character and then you run through this whole of World of Warcraft, meaning everywhere else in the world, if you roll up a character, another player that's already been playing can run and find you and, either help you out or just kind of drop in, unless you roll this panda. And I think maybe some other races, later races, I don't know if they have that same setup, but definitely for a panda. And until you kind of graduate from this origin story, and then you join the rest of the world. And there's a couple spoilers, cool spoilers, that you learn or discover when you play this game, and in channel to everyone that was tuned in, as we're talking about starting up a Twitch stream guild in World of Warcraft. He declares blah blah blah, and it's this big spoiler. I won't share the same. I won't. The panda. If you're just coming into it now, I don't really feel like it's. So since that moment, there's sort of been this movement, the trial of like crispy egg roll. This drawing. I'm always trying to figure out something clever. Crimes against humanity. You guys ever read The Trial of Galactus? Great John Byrne Fantastic Four storyline. Probably my favorite Fantastic Four story. something to do with, a man's got to eat, right? Galactus is this world-devouring creature. Actually, this probably wasn't the story, but this is the way I interpret it, which is, or if there was a trial of Galactus, because he's destroyed all these planets and killed billions and billions, if not trillions of souls, is he's just doing what he's doing. He's got to eat. That's how he survives. A shark is a shark. You can't tell the shark to be vegetarian just because you want to save other fish. Right? Galactus is just doing what's in his nature. Okay. If you notice, I'm actually inking today with this Uniball. It is an office pen. It's not really technically a drawing pen or art supply pen. I mean, you can buy it at an art supply store, but it's different than a Pigma. The line is definitely flatter, and that'll be done. Are very, very fine, and I don't use them that often unless I'm going to do a kind of a textured piece where I'm just drawing lots and lots of little fine lines to build up kind of a gray value. And a lot of those lines don't really even print in a comic book after the page is kind of reduced, colored, published, that kind of thing. So 0.1, 0.2, kind of where I'm at. 0.3 I don't like because it's such a traditional kind of line thickness, meaning most markers are that 0.3, and so if you do it, it doesn't look like it. It looks more generic, I guess, the line weight. So I tend to use the very fine ones, 0.1, 0.2, or 0.8. Or 0.5. And blacks. If I use it to draw, that's the weird thing about markers. And again, I don't know if this is just something I think about, but inking is all about line weight. And if I do a lot of very thin lines and then I add that kind of graphic nib that Josh Simon is talking about, it really stands out. And when I see someone kind of post that or share that, I know exactly what was going on. It's like a thin marker, and then he went in with kind of like a thicker marker and just beefed up some of the lines. And so in a weird way, it kind of takes me out of the illustration, knowing kind of how it was constructed. Well, you always know how it's kind of constructed. So it's more than just that. It's just that there's such line disparity. I just see the lines rather than the drawings, or the lines kind of get in the way of the drawing. What's really nice in a drawing is that you look at it, whether it's brush or marker, and you see the image first, and then you see the technique second, if that makes any sense.